Casablanca. In this episode, I am talking about Parkland, which is a 2013 historical drama written and directed by Peter Landesman and starring Zac Efron, Paul Giamatti, and Billy Bob Thornton, as well as like a whole lot of other celebrities, but I won't talk about everybody. This is a full cast movie. That's a phrase I don't think I've ever heard. There's a lot of people in this movie for a movie that takes place across 3 days. And the reason I chose to do this movie in this particular moment is because it's about the Kennedy assassination, which took place on the 22nd of November, 1963. And this will be going live on the 24th of November, 2024, 2 days after the 61st anniversary. Yes, the first. I do realize, looking back, that I should have done this movie last year for the 60th anniversary, but to be honest, it didn't even occur to me to cover this movie. I saw it. It got brought up. No, I think I saw a clip of it a few months ago, and I was like, oh, I should cover that. Oh, wait, the anniversary is coming up. I'm going to do that. And then I was like, oh, wait, yeah, it was the 61st anniversary. I should have done it last year, but anyway, I'm getting off topic. No, it's literally still on topic. I'm talking about the movie I'm talking about. For once, I stayed on topic. Wow, I rambled, but stayed on topic. That never happens. It's like, but I digress, but I didn't. Okay, so this is a different take. Usually you see it from the perspective of the Kennedys or something like that. This one, I love this because it's from multiple angles. But from the very beginning of the movie, it does not waste any time. Because before you meet the characters, before you meet anybody, it does like a really quick montage of Kennedy. It's sort of like archival footage of him in Fort Worth giving that final speech, the fly into Dallas at left field, and then showing like cutting that in with Paul Giamatti as Abraham Zapruder in the office, like telling his. It's not like putting like a huge focus, like, oh, we're gonna tell the story of him telling his people in the office that he's doing this. It's just like the music's playing with the opening credits, and it's just you kind of hear him go, "Oh, we're gonna film the president," and yeah, and then whenever the credits stop, and it shows him standing on like this pillar thing in Daley Plaza, and when instead of showing the limousine and the motorcade and all that and the actual assassination, the camera stays on Zapruder filming, and it's like in one shot, like he's panning across, and you hear pop, 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 and the look on his face is shock. I'm like, oh, that is so bright. That's like the probably the best way you could film the Kennedy assassination, and I love that. I've seen the Kennedy assassination. I was gonna say adapted, recreated in like a million different movies, and this one's my favorite way I've seen it represented. And again, that is Paul Giamatti as Abraham Zapruder. He's the one who filmed the famous Zapruder film, which now that I think about it, because I've been doing research for this episode, I've been watching a lot of documentaries and videos on the Kennedy assassination, which honestly I would have been doing anyway because I was going to say I love the topic, but that sounds wrong, It's like my favorite serial killer is the Zodiac Killer, but it comes off wrong. You know what I mean. I don't like what he did. It's a fascinating story. It's the same with this. It's a fascinating topic. I like looking into it. And so, like, I was watching a bunch of videos on it and on the topic, but like, it's kind of an excuse to just watch videos on the Kennedy assassination. But it made me think of something that I never really thought about until now. You see, there's all this famous footage of him going through downtown Dallas, and so much footage of him going through downtown Dallas. People waving, and then like even like film from like the cars behind him. I'm guessing from like the Secret Service people. But from Daily Plaza, the only video we have is from Zapruder himself. The Zapruder film. The reason it's so famous is because it's the only video of the assassination. Where did those other cameras go? He was followed by a bunch of news crews. Suddenly they split in this one stretch of road. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, they put a heavy emphasis in the film that, you know, we need to see what's on this film. And that's mostly Billy Bob Thornton as Secret Service agent Forrest Sorrells. I've seen this name 100 times. I've never heard it said. Of course, that's a lie now that I think about it. It's said in the movie. And I know I've heard it said. If I've been watching as much Kennedy assassination stuff as I say, I've heard the name. I know I've heard the name. I've seen the name. I've seen the guy. I can't think how to pronounce it, but anyway, if there is a main character in this movie, I would say that it is Billy Bob Thornton. I was going to say Robert Downey Jr. I would say the main character would be Billy Bob Thornton's character, the Secret Service agent, because there are, I'm going to say, 3 storylines going on. There's Zapruder, there's Zac Efron playing Jim Carrico, who's the doctor at Parkland Memorial Hospital who operated on Kennedy and then a couple of days later on Oswald. And so the film does a really good job at portraying him because like I think he was like an intern and he wasn't supposed to be like the one in charge. The one who was supposed to be in charge was like in a meeting or something and they couldn't get there in time. And there's this part whenever Kennedy's body was on the table and it's like the president is in front of you and he's dying and it's like, and the nurse turned to him and was like, "It's all you," and like the look on his face, like, "Oh no." It's like no pressure or anything. It's just, you know, the president's life is in your hands. Good luck. And then the third story that goes on is Robert Oswald Jr., which is the brother of Lee Harvey Oswald, played by James Badge Dale. And the reason I say Billy Bob Thornton would be the main character is because those are 3 separate stories. Robert Oswald, Jim Carrico, and Abraham Zapruder, those are 3 separate stories. And they rarely, if ever, I don't think ever interconnect. I don't think they ever met each other. However, Billy Bob Thornton's character is central to all 3 storylines. He's the one who leads Zapruder to get the film developed. He talks to Oswald. I think he talks to Carrico, now that I think about it. He's basically in like every scene of this movie, I'm pretty sure has Billy Bob Thornton in it. And technically there's no like main character. In fact, let me go back to Wikipedia. The top billed actor on here, I don't know if it's not by appearance because Oswald was not the first person it shows. It shows Robert Oswald, played by James Badge Dale, as the top billed, as the first listed actor, and that's usually the main character. So maybe they wanted to show him as the main character. He's not in it a whole lot, now that I think about it. Below him is Zac Efron as Dr. Charles James Jim Carrico, followed by Father Oscar Huber, played by Jackie Earl Haley. I don't remember. Is he the one that does the last rites on Kennedy's body? He's the third billed person here. So maybe we shouldn't go by this list. I mean, the whole reason. Oh, David Harbour's in this? I don't remember that. He's playing James Gordon Shacklin. like I said, there's a lot of people in this movie. I was gonna say, oh, Paul Giamatti's in this. Like, I've been saying his name. Ron Livingston, James P. Hosty, yeah, Jeremy Strong as Lee Harvey Oswald. I mentioned that in a previous episode when I mentioned in the Apprentice episode. I mentioned that Jeremy Strong played Cone, and I mentioned the whole reason that I mentioned, oh, there's this habit he seems to do where he plays real people. I did that little side tangent thing to mention this movie. It's kind of a teaser. Literally the only reason I mentioned that is be like, oh, and he played Lee Harvey Oswald in Parkland. I just not address it. And then here it is. I'm covering Parkland. I knew months ago I was covering this movie. Anyway, I'm scrolling through. There's a lot of people. I don't know half these people, but there are a lot of names. Colin Hanks, Dr. Malcolm Perry. I'm just going down the list now. The whole reason I was looking at the cast list. Billy Bob Thornton, I feel, is the main character, but he is the... Hang on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th person down. Paul Giamatti as Abraham Zapruder is 2 below that. And... oh, actually, I want to talk about... Cat Steffens as... that's her... wow. That's... I wonder if she ever gets confused with her name with Cat Stevens, because it's Cat, K-A-T, Steffens, S-T-E-F-F-E-N-S. It's like, Cat Steffens. Oh, yeah, Cat Stevens. Nope. She plays Jackie Kennedy, and I will say that... she is a great actor because she it's gonna sound weird. She plays trauma and traumatized very well. She legit looks like she's been through things. Like the look of just she was physically there but not actually there, you know? The look, she has this shell-shocked look and she plays it really well. And then when she has to get emotional, she sells it. And yeah, if there's an emotional heart to this, it's her. Okay, Lyndon B. Johnson was played by Sean McGraw. I don't know who that is, but I wanted to mention that there was a moment in here, this movie. There's a lot in this. I don't know how like factually accurate all the small moments are. I think all the big moments are accurately portrayed, and that includes a moment where, you know, a lot of people know this. I've known it because, like I said, I watch a lot of videos on it. Because, you know, John F. Kennedy was dead now. Jackie Kennedy was no longer considered part of the presidential whatever, like I was gonna say delegates, but that's not even close to being right. She wasn't... oh, they said it in the movie. They didn't have to take her with them back to D.C. because she wasn't a politician. She wasn't one of them or related to one anymore. And so, like, they didn't have to take her, and they even were like, okay, what do we do about Jackie? And then Lyndon B. Johnson said, I'm not leaving without her. So, yeah, I thought that was good that they included that, because there's so many portrayals of him as being, rightfully so, being like this horrible person and angry. And I might do it. I'm not even going to go there because I might cover that movie. There's a movie about him. I've been wanting to I've been wanting to rewatch it. It's a good movie. I liked it. Every portrayal I've ever seen of him has just shown him being like an awful, terrible person. And I'm not defending him. He was. But kind of like I said with the Apprentice movie, where they basically, they humanized Donald Trump. They didn't just show him as like this horrible, evil monster person caricature. They could have done that with Johnson, but no, granted, it was one scene. He only had like one speaking scene, and that was it. I think the other times you see him is when they rushed him behind some bookshelves, and you just see him like ducking because they thought he was going to get shot at too. So yeah, like granted, he's not in the movie for long, so he didn't really have a chance to be awful, but they could have oh well, since he's known for being a horrible person, let's just slip that in there a little bit. Nope, they didn't do that, and I like that they did that, or didn't do that. I'm just wanting to say I like that line was in there. It was really nice. I think the last time you see them is that famous. There's that famous picture where he's being sworn in, and Jackie's just standing next to him, looking shell shocked. And that is portrayed in this movie, but from behind. I think the Secret Service people, it's showing them, and then they look into the room, and you see that moment from behind, and I was like, oh cool, it's like a historical moment, nice. And I think I think they played the original audio. It sounds like it, but now that I think about it, I think I've only seen a photo of that moment. I don't know if it's a video and if there's audio of it. It could have just done they could have just recorded the actors saying the lines and then made it sound old. I don't know if they did. But yeah, I highly recommend this movie. It unfortunately is not streaming anywhere except for Hoopla, which I've mentioned in past episodes, but it's been a while since I mentioned. It's basically a library app. You connect your local library to it, and yeah, if your local library has a copy of it, then yeah. I've watched movies, listened to audiobooks, there's ebooks. It's basically anything you would find on a local library app would be on Hoopla. It's way more convenient than I don't know if San Francisco Public Library has a local app. I'm actually going to look now because San Francisco Public Library. Oh, there is. San Francisco Public Library does have its own independent app. Why? There's Hoopla and there's Libby. Why would you... Wait, log in. I will... Wait, is my library card already on my phone? Huh. Cannot log you in. Okay. Well, I just found out live on the podcast that the San Francisco Public Library has an app, and I am not able to log in with my library card. Do library cards expire? I don't know. Maybe I entered the thing wrong. I don't know. I will deal with it later. I am busy right now. So how did I watch this if it's not streaming, you may ask? Or, I don't know. I don't know if you're asking that. Obviously, I bought it on Blu-ray because I would have bought it on Blu-ray anyway because I again, it's a movie I really like. I saw it long ago, like a decade ago. It was a really good movie, and I highly recommend it. Download Hoopla, watch it there. There's not a PSN app or any console app. I know I have the Hoopla app on my TV. It's every TV is a smart TV now. I was gonna be like, I have a smart TV. Big whoop! Everyone has a smart TV. It'd be like saying I have a smartphone. Yeah, of course you do. Everyone has a smartphone. Yeah, I think they have it on I think Hoopla is also on Fire TV and the Chromecast and all those Apple Stick. But I'm thinking Fire Stick. Apple TV. Oh, I'm getting streaming things mixed up. But yeah, it is also on mobile, but I don't like watching movies on mobile, so that's why I'm talking about TV apps. Or you can go the same route I did and buy it on Blu-ray. Which I recommend doing that instead. Physical media. And cut.